What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be trying out my new toy to help me with work and all of that. We're going to be going over it. Something I've been wanting for a while, and that's this electric hoist. So I was going to buy one on Amazon. There's a couple different ones. The same company that makes the diesel heater I bought, I think it's called Vevor or something like that. They have a couple different electric hoists, but I needed this for a job. I needed it like the next day, so I just went to Harbor Freight and bought this one. It's the smallest one they have. This is the Pittsburgh electric hoist for a single line. It's rated for like 220 pounds, and you can actually double it up with this little wheel and hook to make a max of 440 that I can pull up. So I actually bought this thing for work to help me just lift buckets of brick and mortar and sand and all that. When you're working and loading everything and doing it all by yourself, it ends up being a lot of work. And when I'm high up on scaffolding, say like 5 or 6 sets high, so I'm like 30 to 35 feet high, pulling everything up, it just gets to be a lot of work. So I have my hoist now to just help me lift everything up. I used it for this one job I had to do to lay a chimney, and it worked great. Saved me a ton of work. So I'm just going to be showing you today how it pretty much works. And so I have it set up where I can use it on my truck as well and help me load everything into my truck. So I have this rack up there and then this bar. Not even really sure where I got this bar, had it laying around, but it works pretty much perfect for this to slide through these little brackets. This hoist comes this way. All you have to do is just bolt these little brackets on. So then you can just slide this right over this bar. And now I'll show you, I'll pull a few things up. I have this zip tied just so when I'm up on scaffolding, I can just lower it and hook different things that I have already set up. I don't have to have someone down there to mess with this little like lever. Super simple, just has up and down on the control and just plugs in. I'm gonna buy one of those Vevor ones eventually. I think it can lift like 1,700 pounds or something like that, 1,300, I forget. But like I said, I needed this for a job, so I just went and bought it. This one was like right at $100 at Harbor Freight. Being able to lift 220 pounds with just a single line is pretty much more than I ever need for work and stuff, for pulling anything up to do the work that I need. So let me get a bucket of sand and I'll show you how it works. All right, got my bucket of sand. These buckets of sand weigh about 80 pounds. So if I have to make a bunch of mortar or something, I need like 8 buckets of sand. Just loading your truck and everything gets to be just a lot of work. So sometimes if I have a lot to load, I can just set this up quickly on my rack and send her down. Straight on, and just bring her up. Just like that. This little thing is an automatic stopper, so when it pushes that up, it stops automatically. You can just take this and just push it like right in and lower it back down. Now that's in my truck and I didn't have to lift anything. Pull it back out and get another one. Lower it on down. Pull her up. And slide her in. Easy as that. You can use this for lots of things. So if you want to even like get some heavy wood or something, I'll show you. I'll get a log here and show you pulling a heavy log up into the bed. All right, I have a big cherry log here. Not sure how much it weighs, but it's pretty heavy. Probably about the same as a bucket of sand. Lifting these into your truck all day would definitely be a workout. So let's see how well this little hoist does to lift it. Ooh, that's heavy. A little bit closer. It was a little bit too far out. heavier than a bucket of sand, but still works. Like that. So, works pretty good. Take you back and I'll show you how I set it up on my scaffolding. Alright guys, so when I'm working on scaffolding, this is how I normally have it set up, something like this. Have that bar just go across the top here. You can kind of move it around and do what you need to do. So I'm usually on this scaffolding, except like 5 or 6 sets up. And I'll have a platform to stand on, and then usually some type of shelf for my tools. And then I have a bucket of brick here. When you're relaying a chimney or something and you need to pull up these brick, pulling up brick all day gets old real fast. And for these scaffolding, they make like an arm and a wheel that you can have someone on the ground use a rope and pull stuff up, or even if you're on the scaffolding, you can use it and pull it up, and it makes it a lot easier, but you're still manually pulling it up. So now I'm by myself. I have the electric hoist, it does all the work for me. So I'll show you exactly how I'd use it for pulling up brick on my scaffolding. One thing to keep in mind with this thing is that if you're pulling stuff really far up, that says you can only use it for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds at one time, and then you need to give it a break for about 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 30 seconds is what it says. You could definitely use it in your garage. I'll probably put it in my garage when I'm all done with everything, and I'll get a different electric hoist for work or whatever, or maybe get a different electric hoist for the garage and just continue using this one for work. This electric hoist can lift things 33 feet per minute, so that's pretty good time, pretty good speed. I think I saw some of the bigger ones are a little bit faster, so if you pay more money and get a bigger one, it goes a little bit faster as well. But this one, I'm just happy with how much work that this one saves me. Just the little smallest one they sell for now. So I'll show you how I use it when I'm at work. It just got really bright out, so you can just kind of move it where you need it. About there, lower on down. Right there. Hooks the bucket handle. Right on up. And then you can just slide this over. Drop it right on your shelf. Just like that. And lower it back down to the ground. And get your next bucket. Works well for if you have heavy buckets of material you need to lower. It works well for that as well. So you just hook whatever bucket you want, whatever you're doing. Lift it up. Lower it down. All the way to the ground. I believe this cable was 35 feet long, so it's pretty much the perfect length for me and doing this work on scaffolding. But just the one job that I've used this on already, it's pretty much paid for itself. Can't see anything just because it's super bright out, so sorry for that. Sorry if I'm squinting. Saved me so much work. Just a little bit of use that I have with it so far. I really love this thing. Harbor Freight has a nicer one for $150, but I just wanted to try out the cheapest one, the littlest one for now. Maybe one day I'll give that one a try, or even get, like I said, get the one off Amazon, the Devor, I think it's called. But yeah guys, if you're in the market for electric hoist, this little guy is pretty sweet. You can hook other stuff like block if you had to. If you want to raise and lower stuff like block, you can just like put it through a hole and hook it on itself. Not really good to do that for the wire, but you can do it. Lift that right up just like that. Move this wherever you want it to drop it. And then lower right down. Definitely a back saver. The only real complaint for the price is having the wired remote. Having a wireless one would be really nice, just so if you're down on the ground, you can just have the remote with you and just lift stuff right up from the ground. You don't have to climb up to use it. That's the only real complaint with this little guy. Here's all the information, guys, if you want to Let's look at that quickly. The Pittsburgh electric hoist, 220 single line, 440 double line. It comes with that hook that I showed you earlier. You can just double up the line. All right guys, I'm gonna show you one more way you can use this little electric hoist. That's with a ladder. So you can kind of just put a little like brace on the very top rung, make the ladder straight, and pull up anything you have down at the bottom here. So I'll set the camera up. You can just set a bunch of buckets down at the base of your ladder, or anything that you can just hook on while you're up above. Makes it really easy that way. Now you got a hook. Just gonna pull it on up. The only bummer with the ladder is that you gotta support the one side. Just like that. Same thing if you have heavy stuff on your roof and you gotta let it down. It's a lot easier than using your back and bending over and letting it down at one at a time. You just let the hoist do all the work. Definitely a lot easier than pulling it up. Pretty cool tool. Should have bought one years ago. I'm eventually going to use this electric hoist to help me finish building this garage. So once I get a little bit higher up on the block walls, I'm going to be using my scaffolding to lay all the block on here. So I'm going to have probably like 2 sets of scaffolding set up, and instead of having to pull all these block up and pull all the mortar up and all that, I can just wheel my scaffolding everywhere I need it and just pull everything up with my electric hoist. So, and I might be able to figure out a way to use that electric hoist to help me install the trusses and the roof and everything. So definitely gonna be helping me in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover on this new little toy I got. Hopefully this video helped someone out. If you want to get an electric hoist of some kind, maybe even this one, maybe you want to get a bigger one, but hopefully this video helps you in making a decision. Just this little one, pretty much the smallest one I've seen. It really impressed me so far. So just a quick video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a big thumbs up down below. I really appreciate it. It helps the video reach a wider audience. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you guys don't miss out on the future videos. I have lots planned. So yeah guys, hope you have a great day. Peace.